Welcome, everybody, to another great episode of Real Life Matters. And of course, I'm your host, DBoss. And this show has been brought to you today by Vance Worldwide Media. And it's a production studio here in Toronto. And if you want to go, you can go to vanceworldwidemedia.com and you could go check it out. But anyways, I got a real special guest here for you. And it was one of our other people that was on here a little earlier on this year. But now we're going to bring on another guest. And we're going to find out for what he's about and why he calls himself WRECKIT Ralph.
Hey, DBoss, how's it going?
It's going good. Boy, the name WRECKIT. WRECKIT.
Yep.
So how did you come up with that name, WRECKIT?
I was originally known as Infi for short for Infinite growing up in the hood back in the day. And then as my journey as far as music, I grew. And within time, my craft just got better. And I would get on beats or whatever music that I would touch, anything, I was just wreck it, and I'm a barsmith. I love wordplay, just lyrics, and I've always stuck to it. It's a passion. I love it. So anything I touch, I just try to wreck it.
All right. So can you tell everybody your background and where you come from?
Oh yeah, I'm Harlem, New York City. For me, it's like a 10-minute walk. About a 10-minute walk to Harlem. Lenox Avenue, all the cultural spots and all the known stores and a lot of the history is pretty much right there at my footsteps. My father, he'd been in the music industry for years. He was a drummer for New Edition. He produced for Wu-Tang.
New Edition.
Yep. When they first started, produced for Wu-Tang, Old Dirty Bastard, Raekwon. Has a couple cuts. I believe he has a cut with Bruno Mars's Just the Way You Are. Mm-hmm. So I could go a little bit longer into the list. My old man has a pretty dope legacy. But
wow. Yeah, and now you're starting yours.
Yeah.
So and anybody else in your family sings? Does your mom and
No. My mother's more
he says no.
She's more the technical college grad, I'd say, probably one of the first college grads in the family. So it's a little, and she had me at 17. So I always give her props. She still pushes to this day,
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So your dad, what kind of craft did you learn from your dad?
Well, so my old man, he was a drummer. And in my early years, I would get into the music. I did a little bit of classic piano growing up. But then I veered off of that as I got older, as a teenager in the street, piano's not really that, those ain't the type of keys you into. You in a different type of set of keys. And I've gotten into some trouble from there on. But, my love for the music has never changed. I just directed the energy a little bit more differently than what I did when I played an instrument. For me, like I said, it was more, I developed more of the wordplay, poetry, just the craft of lyricism.
Okay. So which instrument you play again?
Piano. I played classic piano for about 10 years.
Wow.
I still remember a little bit, but not enough to impress anybody, but I still know a bit.
Not enough. Those are
no.
skills you don't, if you've been playing for 10 years, you don't lose those skills.
And after a pretty long time, they sort of slip through your fingers after a while. I never had a love for it, but I took it up at the time. And mind you, at the time, I was pretty amazing at it, but I never quite had a love for it, But I think it was more so my dad wanted to instill some sort of skill or talent or music in that, within me, which I think every parent should do that. You know, you just
Oh.
never know.
So when did you know you developed your singing? You had an art for singing.
It took me a bit. I knew what I wanted to do, how I wanted to do it, but it took practice of just me constantly beating at my craft. You know, and not only just being more of a lyrical type of artist, but also being able to branch off. I always feel like art, you know, someone who plays an instrument, they never play the same song. People who paint never paint the same picture. Actors, majority of the time, play different parts, whether they're like, unless they're typecasting. So I've always felt like if I'm writing music, it shouldn't be about the same content. I should be able to branch off and do other things because I love music, no matter how you put it. I listen to jazz. You know, you just be surprised some of the, you know, classical music I still listen to, even though I'm not a fan of playing it. But for me, it's like, you know, I could write something lyrical, but then write something for the ladies as well. But then if my mind, it depends on the music. I let the music tell me what to write, and I go from there.
So by meaning that you let the music tell you what you're going to write.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're sitting down, so how does your creative thought come about?
My mind could be, I gotta have my mind on, or like my navigation could be on a specific emotion, a feeling of writing. But if I'm going through a set of instrumentals, music, or producers, and I just hear something that just catches me, I just completely veer to that. And you know, if I feel there's some form of emotion in the music, I'm gonna follow that.
Mm-hmm.
If I feel there's pain in it, I'm gonna write about the pain, or something that I relate to, or that I can remember, or something that I could currently be going through. And if I hear a track that just sounds like an amazing, you know, sort of like that, like a nice, you know, evening song, I'll go that route. And if I hear something that just sounds like I just need to crush it, I'm just gonna crush it. You know, it all, you know, it just varies. And I try and I don't let it limit me. You know, I don't see no reason to.
Wow. And the stuff that you do, you know, you came from classical piano. You obviously like different types of genres of music.
Yes.
And you also are you're adaptable to different people, or different, depending who you're going to play the music for.
Yeah.
So how long have you been in the music industry for?
I would say too long. I don't like to say the numbers because then it shows my age, and I usually try to keep my age out of a lot of conversations. Huh?
You could just say for some time. That's good.
Yeah, for some time. And it's been a roller coaster. Because I think for myself, I was still finding myself, and I believe I have found myself. I think music, the transition of hip hop throughout the years has always made me a bit unsure of who I was, and I think falling to sort of that stigma, or just falling victim to what's current has always played a huge part with me losing confidence of who I was. And I think for me now, it's like I've learned music's always going to keep changing. I know what I love. I know what makes me me. I know my element, and I'm comfortable with that.
Okay, so you do hip hop, and what does it mean? What do you mean when you say I feel when I'm in my own element? That's what I know what to do. So what?
Oh, my main element when I write is actually from a lyrical standpoint, very barsmith, very wordy. My metaphors, punchlines, my delivery, cadence, sort of like the hip hop we've lost, and I'm not losing that, and I'm not changing that for anyone. I just won't. I love it. I love it.
Okay. So tell us about the hit that you made.
Um,
Single.
you took up Wondergirl.
Mm-hmm.
Wondergirl. So Wondergirl, totally out of my element.
That's what I was. That's why I came and asked you. I said, that's something totally out of your element, but you want to be in your element.
1,000 completely out of my element. And yeah, I heard the beat. Shout out to Jonas K Beats. He's not in the US. He's a producer that's somewhere out of the country, out of state. Amazing producer. I believe he's also produced a song for Tory Lanez and a couple other artists. Dope producer. And you know, I love his roster. I go through his archive. I listen to everything that he has, and I just came across, you know, Wondergirl, and that was the name of the track. It was Wondergirl, and I just felt it. I was like, oh, this is fire right here. This is fire right here. I got to figure out how am I going to attack or execute it. So you know, I recorded to it. All right, I did a couple different tries, a couple different vibes, till I found one that I felt fit. And you know, a while later, I had a buddy of mine. He does Afrobeat music, and you know, he promised you, I'm gonna get on the track. I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Bless it. And he flaked. Another time I spoke with him, and you come across that a lot when you're trying to, you know, and you're an aspiring artist. You know, another time, yo, I'm gonna do it. Call the studio. Did he show up? No, he didn't show up. I'm like, yo, he flaked again.
What?
So the song just sat and collected dust for like about 2 years. And my buddy, you know, my right hand man, DJ Tantrum, you know, he heard it, you know, years ago, and one day, some years later, he says, "Yo, where's that reggae track you got?" I'm like, "What reggae track? You know that reggae track you got?" I don't know what you're talking about. So, later on, I remembered. I'm like, "Oh, you're talking about that? Yo, send me that. Send me that." All right, so I go back, dig in the archive. I send it to him. He gets it, and then he's like, "All right, cool." I'm like, "For what?" He's like, "Don't worry about it." About a week later, he sends it back to me, and it's got legendary Rayvon and Sugar Bear on it. And I'm like, no way. No way. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, no. And they sent me the rough. First,
well, we know Rayvon. I've interviewed Rayvon, legendary platinum artist. Rayvon. Sugar Bear, no.
Yeah. I was just like, you know, I was astounded. I was like, no way. And you know, and that was the rough. And then about a week, 2 weeks later, they sent me a better version of them, just adding a bit more flavor to it. And mind you, I had 2 verses on it, but we got rid of one of the other verses because I think culturally it didn't fit. You know, and like I said, this is 1,000 out of my element. So
So what was the verse that you had to say? Can you say it?
Nah, I'm not gonna say it. It's a little.
Or is it bad?
It's a little too raunchy, but you know, culturally.
Okay, well then don't say it. Then don't say it. I want to say, if it's not really too bad.
Try to keep it
all right, PG-13.
Yeah, a little PG-13 just to keep it respectful.
Oh, and, okay.
Yeah, you know, so you know, we went from there, and you know, and we just then afterwards we met. I think about a month after that, and we hit it off and we kicked it, and we've had some great times, man. I love them dudes. They're so much fun. Their energy is amazing. I love their energy. They're great. They're vibe, and you know, their souls. They.
So did you know how to dance to it and everything?
Oh yeah, I got some moves. Yeah, of course.
Well, as long as you can move, because you never know. You never know.
Listen, I'm not gonna put myself somewhere. You know, you pick your battles. You know, you choose your battles wisely. So, no, definitely, yeah. I got, I grew up on some soul food, so. But yeah, definitely. You know, I think we have a show coming up in another week or two, actually, And at one point we had the song moving for a bit, and then COVID came along and just pulled the rug right from under us.
Yeah, it's unfortunate,
you know.
But it gave you time to to cultivate your craft. And if people want to learn to play a musical instrument during this time, they could do that, right?
Yeah, they was that you?
Yeah, that was me. Yeah, unfortunately. I don't know why this came up. I guess it was a cue.
Nah, I didn't pick up another instrument craft. I kept focusing more on just verbally the music than picking up an instrument. I shout off though. Man, that probably would have been a great idea. Why limit yourself? But yeah, I think right. We're getting back into it. We're not gonna, we're gonna pick up where we left off, build up some momentum, and get the world and get the streets to hear it. It's a great vibe. The feel that I had for the song was more so masquerade, and you can hear it in the elements in the song and sort of the theme, where Wondergirl, she's that hero, she's that heroine.
So tell us about what other songs you have.
Oh, so I've got I've been on New York radio, some pretty famous stations out here, with a couple of songs. I have Affair that's out right now. Video is out. Also produced by Jonas. Also has my one of my childhood bros, Carlos A. Cruz, amazing singer. And there's also Off, which is more of an intimate type of music. So songs that I'm pretty much pushing now, they're not more the lyrical content. They're more global, I would say, a little bit more broader.
Okay.
A bit out of my element, but I'm comfortable. I'm still in a comfort zone. And so, and they're also on all platforms now. On the 15th, I'm dropping an EP. That's about 6 songs. It's called, and it's funny, you mentioned it earlier, genres. So it's called Genres Volume 1, because yeah. And
you must have said, well, how does she know that?
I was wondering. I'm like, but I mean, you sort of get the gist, because you're, speaking with me.
I was in your head.
Listen, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm an easy book to read. I guess, I mentioned all these different genres of music I love, and that's how I felt when I approach writing. I try all different genres. It's just a matter of what I feel, what I love. So on my EP has different, all cuts are all different sounds. None of them sound the same. Where there's a bit of lyrical content, there's some love, there's some heartbreak, a little bit of trap, a little bit of pain, a little bit of party, some singing, and a little bit of trials and tribulations, and some unfortunate events. But just a little bit of everything, but with my display in the element that I feel I'm comfortable in. So that drops on the 15th. Right.
So that's interesting. You got 6 songs, like some people got these 12, 14, 21 songs. So you got 6 songs.
Yeah. And Wondergirl's not on there. Affair is not on there. I believe Off is on there, but I mean, they're still on all platforms. So you don't have to go for the EP in order to listen to those. Oh.
Well, people will find you. WRECKIT, Ralph. They'll find you. Yeah. But you said that song Wondergirl was a different genre for you. But your name.
Well,
your
my name
WRECKIT.
Well,
yeah, the name WRECKIT.
WRECKIT.
A lot of people use those terms down in the the Caribbean and stuff. WRECKIT, man, WRECKIT.
Do they? See, I had completely no idea.
Mash it up.
I hear Bear. That's how Bear talks all the time. Bear Yeah, slang is both of them actually when they speak to me and with the slang, I'm like, yeah. I check my phone sometimes and it's like, hey, boom. I'm like, boom, okay, boom. Bless
Well,
up,
sugar,
bless up.
sugar, sugar's from. I know Rayvon. He's from Barbados.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's where my family comes from too. So
Yeah, I'm just like, okay, yeah, you know what? Okay, boom, mash it up. Okay, wreck it. Look at that.
rack it up, man. Wreck it. And it doesn't mean it's a bad thing how you say it.
Yeah,
It means wreck it, man. You're really going at it. You know what I mean? It's good. It's a good thing.
yeah, yeah. You just
Well, I'm teaching you
so,
some stuff here.
hey man, this is I need this. I need this because I got a feeling, you know, we're talking about getting the visuals, and I think we're probably gonna do it somewhere, you know, definitely not in the US. And I'm
Wreck
gonna
it.
need
You know,
I'm gonna,
wreck it up. Oh, do 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 do. You
I'm
got
gonna
you
need
know when we have the calypso and you go to you guys have Labor Day down there.
yeah, yeah.
If you're coming into the different genres, you can are you looking to go into like the
I mean,
soca, the reggaetons,
I don't
the
I
Spanish
wouldn't
beat?
mind. I definitely wouldn't mind. It's for me, it's more of a, you know, if I hear something that fits. I mean, you know, I've heard other, you know, other, you know, tracks and other cuts that fit in, you know, into that genre that are amazing. Um, you know, and like I said, I wouldn't mind for me to try it again is wouldn't be a problem at all. And I go every year. I go to the Labor Day parade. Unfortunately, with the pandemic, you know, they barely even celebrate or find ways to even celebrate, you know, Juve.
Right.
So, um, but I know before the pandemic, every year I went. Every year took that trip out to Brooklyn,
Well,
Eastern Park.
COVID, we have no one has been to no Labor Day.
Yeah, it's been, you know, it's bad. It's horrible. I think, especially the
Yes.
food, the energy, the cookouts out there
Right.
during, you know, it would be amazing. All the flags.
Juve morning.
Oh, you know, is I swear the pandemic just, you know, it ruined a lot. And you know, I'm hoping, you know, now that everything's reopened in a sense,
I know.
we could get back to some normalcy, and this year could be an amazing year out there. You know, masqueraders, and you know they have the politics out there and everything, but you know what that's about. So, but yeah, you know, like I said,
Wow.
me and the
So
fellas, I
tell
think,
us, so
yeah,
tell us about are any of your songs clean on that new one that's coming out, Genre?
yeah. Wondergirl, I know is we have a clean version.
Well, can you
Oh,
sing us
if
a
you start
verse of it or something from one of them?
on genres, I believe. Oh, on genres, I don't think so. There's some explicit, but I don't.
But your part is not clean, right?
My part isn't clean, but I don't believe in creating content where I degrade anyone.
Oh,
So that's more so the difference.
all parts in it. Okay.
Yeah, you know, there's I don't degrade. I'm not into degrading women, and it's just, I you know, I've got ladies in my life that I love.
Okay.
Um,
So who have you worked with?
I've
Who
worked
have you
with
worked?
I've worked with well, I worked with
Okay, you there?
it's French Montana years ago before he really blew up. This is back when he was heavy in the Bronx, and he used to have like the mixtape DVDs back in the day that he would sell called Cocaine City, when he had his whole Coke Boys movement that he was doing before I think Bad Boy picked him up. Um, you know, and then
Okay.
Rayvon and Bear, but that's as far as my I mean, there are people in the
Okay.
industry that I know, uh, you know, but as far as collabing, that's as far as the roster has gone so far. So,
Okay.
and I've had opportunity. Oh, I'm lying. I also produce Buddha the Future and Grand's Music. So Grand's Music and Buddha the Future, they produce for them, and
Oh, you
I
hear
also
me? Okay, so that's who you work
Yeah, I also have a track with them,
Who
Sugar
would
Bear and
you like to
Rayvon.
work with that you haven't worked with?
Oh man, Jim Jones, definite for me.
Hmm.
Jadakiss. I could even see me something with
Hmm.
what is it? Shensia, Doja Cat. Something a little
Okay.
bit more out of my element.
So,
Yeah, yeah,
woo,
yeah. And even Megan, just
Doja Cat. Wow.
yeah, yeah, definitely, and uh, uh yeah, definitely, definitely. And that's more so my, just to get me out of my element, that'll be great. So, but yeah,
All
and
right.
I don't know. I got this thing.
So,
I would like to try Eminem, but I know that'd be out of my element.
Eminem. Wow.
Yes,
Make it happen.
I'm feeling that sweater.
Oh, you are? It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Uptown Tees, and they're here in but I can hook you up with the people, and you could get. They have all different colors. So this one's like a blue, a really nice blue. Doesn't look like that on here. It looks like it's green, but it's not. But it's they're very nice and they're slender. They're not like the standard tees that come kind of that buff to it at the bottom. That little bump that you gotta pull it. These ones come straight down.
Got it.
So,
Got it. Yeah, I can now
and I
see it. I
like how
see
the
the
neck
blue.
is cut too. The neck is cut really good.
Yeah,
And it's
that's
not right
nice.
up on your neck, you know.
Yeah, a nice comfortable fit. I can see
Yeah.
it. It's blue. I can see it.
It's
Hmm.
not. I really like it. So the guy, yeah, he's coming on. So I big him up, big him up. Some people they send me their stuff, so I gotta wear it once in a while. This usually I'm always dressed up. So I said, okay, let me
Yeah.
just dress a little ways for
Hey, you gotta
for
you
Wreck-It.
switch it up sometime. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yes. So what more can we expect from Wreck-It? Are you going to be able to are you going to want to do acting or
I
more
don't think so.
collaborations?
Maybe some more collaborations. I don't see me acting. For me, it's
No.
more the love of the music. If anything, I would say maybe design.
Mm,
Clothing. I
okay.
went to a fashion institute, a tech. I also, was a freelance designer
Okay.
for a couple lines. Even Sean John when Puff first started. So that would be more so my angle. Fashion design and couture for
So you want to
children.
come up with some fashion?
Oh yeah, definitely,
Okay. Well, these look good. What you
definitely.
have on there? That what's that? A sweat? What is that? Who's that by?
This is actually Sean John right here. But I switch it up though. I switch up. I tend to
Oh,
I love to dress dapper, more trendsetter, but it just depends on my mood. It depends on how I'm feeling. Since
it's
I've
nice
been
though.
yeah, I've been more into design throughout my whole life. So for me, I've never just stuck to one clothing style, brand, or anything. It just depends on how I feel for that day.
Well, when you do come up with a brand, make sure that the sweatshirts or the tees don't shrink up in the dryer.
Oh yeah, that like that.
or the
I'm not gonna
t-shirt
say no names,
or the
but
t-shirt come out like a baby shirt.
yeah, it's shred. You throw it in. You throw it in as a full shirt. It comes out in shreds. It's like
Wow.
where'd
Or,
the
or
shirt
it comes
go?
right apart. It was only a one-time wear.
Yeah, it's cotton candy. You know
It's true.
where'd
I
it
never
go?
thought about that.
Yeah.
So so are there people that you want to shout out to or
Shout out, to Jonas K Beats, Vico Marley, my man Nito, Carlos A. Cruz, definitely, DJ Tantrum, uh, Mama T, can't forget Mama T, and definitely, Rayvon and Sugar Bear, man. It's just, and you and your platform,
I
thank you
didn't
for
even
having
get
me. I
Sugar
appreciate
Bear.
it. You know, un, you know, unfortunately
Oh,
with the
thank you. That's
technical
no
difficulties,
problem.
but
Thank you.
I, I,
No, it's just
I thank you for having me.
hey,
And I
you still heard you. You heard what you're saying. We know what you're about. It's okay. It's sometimes it's just life.
Yeah. No,
but it's all
I
right. You know
appreciate
what I
it.
mean?
You know,
It's still cool and stuff like that. So genres, when is genres coming out on the month?
genres will be
Okay.
it drops
And
on the
genre is
15th.
coming out when?
The 15th, volume 1, genres volume
Okay.
1 on the 15th of this month.
Okay.
Like I said, I know we have a show coming up, and we're going to be working on the visuals for Wondergirl shortly. Like I said, I don't think we're going to even do it in the States. I think we're going to go somewhere hot, somewhere islandy.
So you can sit down and relax, right?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to relax, because I want to. I want to see some masquerading. So I don't know.
Oh.
You know, just some.
So
I've
are you
never.
gonna come? Go ahead.
I've experienced it out here on Labor Day parade, but not out of the country. So I think that would be
Okay.
amazing.
I think it's a little bit more intense.
Oh, give me intense.
So are you going to be coming out with genres volume 2?
I would love to. I would love to. I want to see where we go as far as with Wondergirl. And I do have my aim towards there's another platform that specifically does freestyles and lyrical artists that I plan on touching base with soon in the near future. Because while I do one form of I attack one form of artistry, I also want to stay true to the other things and stay in my element and do the other things that I also love to do as well musically. So they're based out in, I believe, in Boston or Massachusetts, a little bit further upstate, up further out of New York, about a 2-hour drive, 2-hour, 3-hour drive upstate. I think those are definitely my aim on my next move.
Wow. Well, that it's something to see where you're coming from, and I'm glad to see the collaboration between Rayvon, legendary Rayvon, and Sugar Bear and yourself. So you guys are probably going to be going real far with that.
Yeah,
I think it's a very cool niche that you guys are like. It's gonna be something to see. So I can't wait to see when you do the video, the actual video, the official video for the song. That's gonna be like,
yeah. I'm
wow.
I'm like, I'm still in awe about it. I'm still in wow about it, and where it goes and what the plan is. It's just, I can't wait to see. I'm stoked. I can't wait to see what unfolds. With Wondergirl.
Well, it seems like it's gonna be something that's gonna be unfolding, all right. And I can't wait to get the radio version that we can.
I believe
if you had it, we would have played it today.
We have the radio version. They have the radio version because there's 2 versions on all platforms. We've got the clean and the edited.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
We had to, because for radio. So we definitely had to make sure that Rayvon, he's been doing this for so long, so he makes sure there's.
Well, that's good. Okay, so people can go out and listen to those records. Listen to the song. And when his song's dropping next month, so go on all the platforms there.
Yeah, I know they've been pushing Roll It Like a Big Fat.
Well, some people don't even do that for the radio.
Yeah. They have that. They have of course I don't, I See You. And
okay, so can you tell everybody where your social medias are, and then where they can find you at if they want to reach out to you and say hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm very social. I'm down to earth person like everybody else. I'm at WRECKIT _Ralph _ Harlem on Instagram. I don't really do the Facebook thing too much, but you can definitely feel on the gram.